Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mark coming to you with another video here. I'm there. You're here. To know what now? Today's video topic is going to be about live stream about 2025 worldwide sales comparison charts through February PS5 versus Xbox X and S versus Switch sales. This here is going to talk about what we've been going through the last few years, and I'm actually getting this information from VG charts, video game charts, somewhat respected video game situation. Um, Not like the holy grail when it comes to video game charting, but close enough to understand what we're looking at. No, your injection has woke up. Sorry. Point being, did I get the videos done? No, but point being is what we need to look at though. What we're going to look at though is looking at situation, the charts of the Xbox versus PlayStation versus Switch and get an idea. Now, it's currently the three consoles are PS5, Xbox X and S series. Could both group together the X and S and the Nintendo Switch. First one 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025. Going back to 2022, we see 598,000 PS5s have been sold. Over consoles sold, let's say it says here with the data regarding the sales to the consumers and the chain sales performance of three platforms: PS5, Xbox, Nintendo, Switch. Two legacy platforms like PS4 and PS1 were compared in the period 2021 to 2023 and 2024. Also shown the market share of each console over the same period. So, like I said, 2022, 500,000 for the PS5, 700,000 for the over 500,000 for PS5, over 700,000 for the Xbox S and X, and over 800,000 for sales for the Switch. Now, this doesn't really mean that they've gone home with people. People's sales, the year-to-date sales, um, it could cover the sales of each console going to the store, being bought by by marketers, by a buyer for that company, say, i.e., GameStop, Walmart. And it also could have the sales sold too. So these numbers can be kind of fudged a little bit, where they're showing yes they're great, but also they're not 100% accurate to where they were. 2023 we saw a big shift. This is right. This is right around COVID too. 2022, 2023, COVID started lightening up a little bit, but altogether, total sales on 22 was 2,135,255. 2023, we see a big shift. That's where PlayStation sold over 1,663 consoles. Xbox sold 563, and the Switch sold 694,000, with 2,421,000 in sales. All three consoles. And then 2024 kind of dramatically goes off a little bit. And a little smaller number for PlayStation, 940,000 plus. Xbox 518,000. Not really that bad for both of those consoles. They're pretty good though. The Switch though took not a big hit, but 569,000 plus consoles sold. And 2025, February 2025, another big hit for all three of them. Over 672,000 for the PlayStation 5, 340,000 for the Xbox X Series and S, and 307,000 for the Switch. Was sold with total sales of 2 million on 2024 and 1,319,000 on 2025. Currently, the sales are down from 2023 to 2024. Sales are down From PS5, 491,000 less than 2023. 223,000 compared to 2023 to 2025. And that's after Xbox and PlayStation. Switch is 387,000 minus, with the biggest one being Switch, 55% negative in the red. The second negative is or least amount is 42,000. And that's PlayStation, and actually coming in at 39,000 down is actually Xbox. So I guess the Game Pass Ultimate is kind of selling a little bit, because each number I've seen, we see a little bit of fluctuation from 2022 when COVID was really big. All three of them were actually making some serious money. Then 2023, 2024, 2025, we see them gradually down. But the Xbox and PlayStation were actually only two. Xbox and Switch were the only two that really hitting it hard when it came to numbers. More so the Xbox until February of 2025, where they actually sold about 30,000 more than PlayStation in February 2025. But 2025 to 2024, those 2 years, 268,120 down for PlayStation from 2024 to 25. Xbox is down 178,512, 526, 2024, 25. And total number of Switch sale losses is 262,558. So, of course, once again, going to the charts again, the most lost one is actually going to be the Switch again at 46%. Second one is going to be Xbox 34, and PlayStation is going to be at 28.5. Once again, guys, these numbers are old by a month, but they're still showing the value of the fact that console gaming is going down. After a while, when you sell enough consoles like PlayStation and Nintendo has, after a while, you can't sell no more. No, once you sell the gizmo once, it's very hard to sell the same person again the second time. So once you sell, like I said, once you sell the gizmo once and make a big profit, it's very hard to sell that gizmo again to the same group of people. So you have to find a group of people. You have to find casual gamers. Why a lot of these companies now, Nintendo, especially Nintendo, but also Microsoft and Sony are trying to deal with the casual gamer. The casual gamers really don't care. They're not hardcore like I am or you are. If you're part of my channel, and I think if you are a hardcore gamer. You can be a casual hardcore gamer. You can be a in the know gamer. I call the hardcore mixed with casual. Um, I call them just the gamers. If you're the gamer, it means you are pretty much mixed with the hardcore and the casual. You don't fit into any group, so you kind of in the middle yourself. Casual is more people playing on their cell phones than playing on console. Yeah, you can be a casual gamer playing on. If you're a casual gamer, like, oh, Mark, I'm a casual gamer playing my Xbox. You are the minority, not the majority. A lot of people who are playing casual games are usually ones who play on their damn cell phones. Once again, if you're playing on handhelds, don't start fireball my house, because your number's not on here. Sorry. The Steam Deck and the Steam Deck numbers are not on here. But you guys did sell close to 7 million, I do believe, in the last few years. So, a round of applause for the Steam Deck community out there. You can keep in that note, you know, keeping that bugger afloat. If I have competition here soon, when Switch 2 comes out, but also when Sony announces their new their new handheld. Um, but going back to the situation at hand though, and market shares of each one of them, and it's pretty interesting though. 2022 saw market share of 39%. Nintendo Switch, what's understandable. 32% were actually Xbox, and 28% were actually PlayStation. Believe it or not, in 2022, it was during the COVID. People couldn't find PlayStation 5s, so they went out there and bought Xboxes instead. I mean, if you're sitting at home bored to death, an Xbox is the best thing you can get. And 2023, percentage wise, it went up where when COVID started lightening up and silicone chips started being available and chips started being available. So market leader Sony at 48%, 28% Switch, and 23% Xbox. That kind of flip flop there. 2024, not really much change except a little more. Uh, Sony dropped to 46%, 0.4. So did Switch, 28.1. And actually, Microsoft went up 25.6. So they went up almost 3 points. That's good. Now, once again, 2025, 50% market share is owned by PlayStation 5. 23% owned by 0.3 is owned by Nintendo. And 25%, 0.8 is actually owned by Microsoft. I think that's the biggest thing there. And it says year-to-date sales, 2021, 2022 sales, series of just below comparison chart of 2023. This provides easy to view summary to data and shows that the thing we read 7 million, about 7 million consoles, 42%, 4 million consoles, 25% Xbox plus Switch. No, PlayStation 7 million plus PS5, Xbox 4 million plus, and 5 million for Switches. And 2024, still 7 plus million for the PS5. Xbox is 3,300,000, and Switch is 3,800,000. 3,800,000. Market share 50%, 21%, and then 26%. 21% being Xbox, lowest end. The lowest end being Microsoft. In 2024, 2025, 672,000, 50% PlayStation, 340,000 Xbox, 25%, and 307,000 is 23% for the Switch. Lifetime, 29,900,057 consoles, PS5 sold, 28%. Xbox, 19,900,778 consoles sold from 2023-2025 year. Lifetime, 18%. And the big winner, 56,487,160 Switch at 51.1% of the market share. If you're a console fanboy, you're probably ready to firebomb my house and burn my house down for saying this stuff. But I am not a console fanboy, and I care less about your stupid consoles. I have a Switch behind me. Hardly ever play it, but I have a Switch behind me. And I think the consoles to me are going out because people are realizing they can actually, have a better experience with a gaming rig. And I will do a gaming PC chart eventually. Or I'll find one and I'll research it like I did this one. This is the best one I can find. So I researched it, a few hours earlier this morning and a few hours later in the day, and about a few minutes before I got on here. I researched it a little bit to get you guys a better idea of what I'm looking at. But this is what console gaming has done. The sales are really wonky because the PS5 couldn't sell as much during COVID because they had scalpers buying them and selling them for outrageous prices and not shipping them, or shipping pictures of PS5s, or or bags of grass or rocks that feel like a PS5. Open it up, it's a bag of rocks and grass there. A lot of kids' Christmases were ruined because of these jackasses. So it's, to me, the bad stain for Sony, especially Sony, when you're trying to buy something for your kid, and you go on, and these scalpers just won't let you have a victory. They have to hose you, make fun of you, then turn around and say, "Well, we're providing a service," and blah blah blah. And now they're still struggling to sell those PS5s off. A lot of them, went bankrupt. I've been reading in UK, the notorious one almost went bankrupt because they had so many PS5s and they couldn't sell them. And once they started selling them, Sony started flooding the market. So people went to the store to buy one for a brand price. The scalpers had to sell them for literally less than retail just to get them gone. So being a scalper, yeah, you might have some fun at the beginning of it, but then, there's always a return. There's always a receipt coming. Be ready for that one. Be ready for a receipt to happen. It's gonna happen, folks. A receipt's gonna happen. You're gonna have to give accountability in that situation. And it may not be until long from now, but eventually you're gonna have to sit there and have reflection in the mirror, wondering where you went wrong. And well, guys, this is my video here, though. Comparison of the consoles. In closing, console gaming is slipping. I think it's not slipping as bad. I think with lack of games, lack of exclusives now, exclusives becoming pretty much non-exclusive anymore. That people now are just go out there and buying a gaming rig, because now you can play Spider-Man 2 at 4K resolution if you have a strong enough graphics card or a strong enough tree built. You can go out and play Halo and Gears of War and all these other games, great games you want to play. And you can get good deals on Steam and Playdate and Left 4 Dead 2 if you haven't played it before, or whatever you want to play. You can do all this stuff. You don't have to worry about having pesky 20 consoles to play a game, because the game you want to play is PS3, or came out in PS3 or Xbox 360 era. You can just, oh, here it is on Steam, and it's like worth $10. You can buy it and download it and play it all you want. Buy it and download and play all you want. So I think that's where I think a lot of people are finally going to. They're realizing that the PC is becoming the best source. And also you can do your YouTube career there. You can stream games better. You can do lawn care. I had a friend of mine who still plays PC gaming to this day, who owns a lawn care service, a landscaping service. He does landscaping on the side, and when he's playing games on Steam, he'll get a message or an email, say, hey, you cut my yard or whatever, whatever like that. He gets the email reminders, and that's what he does. He plays video games, also has a business, small business on his computer. So I mean, it's a lot more than just buying games cheap and spending $3,000 to buy games cheap. There's a lot more than that. A lot of these graphics cards can do a lot of editing, a lot of video editing, a lot of things you can't even comprehend to do on a console. So I think a lot of people are getting into PC gaming because they can do editing, and they might find out, hey, I can do video, I can go to school for video, and before you know it, boom, they're next Steven Spielberg or whatever, or maybe next Steven Spielberg in indie circuit, indie scene. So it could be, it could be your calling. But it's more just, oh, why now I might become somebody famous. It's because everybody's going towards PC. Granted, PC gaming has a lot of cheaters too, and with the Apex Legends at one time had a cheating issue. Now that's gone. And with the Call of Duty Warzone cheating going on, and the scandal from Shoes Clan, and knowing all that crap, I think it's time for that to be put back to bed. But it does happen, folks. What can I say? It does happen. I think it's sad. Shouldn't happen, but it does. That being said, hope you guys liked the video. Once again, like, subscribe, and ring that bell. I have 196 subscribers. I love you all. Thank you for watching my channel. Thank you for being here with the hard times, passing my mother, but also good times. I know. So, I appreciate you guys being here because you guys help give me a lot of new stuff to do, keep me on my toes. Appreciate you guys once again. God bless you guys. Peace out and have a great Easter. I'll be at church, so I'll be off Sunday. So, I may not do a weekend roundup tonight. I may try to, but I may not be able to. I'm tired tonight. I woke up early this morning, so I'm going to do some stuff before I go out and do stuff in the world today. So, if I don't see you guys, be blessed, be safe. Peace.